Hello, and welcome to the speed learning series of ServiceNow's Now Assist for IRM. Today, we'll deep dive into creating your own skill. We are all looking for, ways to work smarter and not harder. And what if you could give your teams an AI assistance that's custom built for your unique use cases and needs? With the ServiceNow's AI platform, we can move beyond generic solutions, right? So we can build intelligent tools that are directly aligned with your business goals. Here's what we'll cover for today. We'll start with a quick introduction on Now Assist for IRM. Next, we'll see how to create your own AI skill, a list of sample use cases you may want to consider, and we'll take you through the setup aspects and minimum system requirements, followed by a quick demo, and finally guide you to some of the key resources which will be helpful in your implementation. Well, as you see, the message is clear. Teams embracing AI will thrive. The risk landscape now demands more smarter work, and hence Now Assist plays a vital role. Now Assist for IRM is ServiceNow's powerful AI. It's built to make managing your governance, risk, and compliance much easier and better. Well, it helps in boosting productivity, that uses smart AI to cut clutters and summarize info. Less busy work with more results. It improves quality. You get smarter AI-driven insights for stronger risk management and compliance, better decisions with better outcomes. Engages teams by automating the dull and repetitive tasks. Your experts can now focus on high value interesting works, right? So this makes their jobs more valuable and more satisfied. Our aim is to force multiply the power of your organization by empowering every risk professional with AI driven use cases. Again, all natively built on ServiceNow's platform, leveraging the existing data. Well, this slide gives you a glimpse into the Now Assist skills offered from IRM within ServiceNow, right? So here we can see the range of pre-built AI-powered capabilities designed specifically to enhance your integrated risk management processes. Well, at present, as of the Yokohama release, we have shipped around 6 out-of-the-box skills that can be used for your issue summarization, your risk assessment summarization, regulatory alert summarizations, control objective deduplications, and recommendations for citations and control objectives that will help you map it to your regulatory alerts. Now, point to note, the list of these skills will increase as and when we come up with our new skills in our further releases. This slide again highlights the pre-built out-of-the-box platform skills that come with the Now Assist specifically as of Yokohama release, right? So these are ready-to-use generative AI capabilities designed to enhance productivity and efficiency across various functions within ServiceNow, right? So the examples of these skills, the way how it can help is, say, for example, the conversational help, right? So this skill allows users to get instant conversational answers to their questions directly within the platform, reducing the need to search through documentation manually. Similarly, if you look at document Q&A, right, again, similar to the conversation help, but specifically for extracting answers from one of the existing documents. Now, if you see, there are also like the Now Assist Q&A genius results, right? So this provides intelligent answers by synthesizing information, often drawing from multiple sources to give a comprehensive response. So these pre-shipped skills provide immediate value, allowing organizations to leverage generative AI without the need of extensive development. So to get this platform related skills, one should have at least one product related Now Assist plugin needs to be installed, right? It could be the analysis for ITSM, or it could be the analysis for IRM, or any other products within ServiceNow. So once you install the analysis for IRM, you will be able to get rest of the uh, uh, platform related skills listed out here. Mm, Now that we have seen the pre-shipped skills, so let's talk about building your own. So the key is to start small and think about the daily tasks that are repetitive or time consuming. Well, this slide gives you some examples to spark your imagination. Note, these are just examples you may want to consider to create your own skills. None of these are shipped out of the box with Now Assist for IRM. Well, the beauty of Now Assist is that you can, begin with simple, high impact skills and then mature your capabilities as you get more comfortable. Think of an easy win, right? The simplest skill are often those that involves summarization. So if you see summarizing audit record, right? So instead of manually reading long reports, and an AI skill can instantly generate a concise summary. This is again a perfect first project for you because the input can be simple, can be well defined, and the output would be clear, a short piece of text. So another straightforward example could be, summarizing the vendor assessment response, or probably the summarizing the audit findings. Right? These are the simple high value tasks that immediately saves time of your team. Once you are comfortable with summarization, you can move to more sophisticated skills like that involves analysis and recommendation. So consider recommending uh, controls and policy mappings, right? So this is the step up, right? Because the skill has to analyze a policy and then provide you with the recommendations for the relevant controls, which requires more intelligent processing. Finally, as you mature, you can build truly transformational skills that handle multiple data sets, right, and generate comprehensive multi-part documents. Well, a great example with the advanced use case would be suggesting policy updates based on historical control mapping, right? So this skill requires the AI to not only analyze current data but also learn from the past performance and suggest proactive changes to your policies as and when you are mapping new controls to a policy, while which requires policy updates. So the message here is that the journey of creating custom AI skill is a path you can take one step at a time. Start with a simple summarization skill, get an immediate return, and as you build confidence, you can create more complex, intelligent skills that truly transforms your business process. Well, let's talk about the setup aspect. First, as you know, prerequisites are crucial. Your platform version should be, on Yokohama patch 1, which is minimum, but then we recommend you to be on patch 6 just for optimal performance and stability. Your IRM version should be about 20.x, right? So this ensures compatibility with the latest AI capabilities. You'll need to install the Now Assist for IRM plugin. That the version is again 20.1.1. This again typically requires a ServiceNow admin role, and you should be able to easily find this on the ServiceNow store. Well, let's see the key personas involved here. While use the ServiceNow administrator for your day-to-day configurations and management, right, and maintenance of your entire platform. So the admin role, use the ServiceNow administrator to install the Now Assist IRM plugin. Additionally, they can also act as your Now Assist admin. But then if you have a dedicated Now Assist admin, you can provide the Now Assist admin role to those users, right? So they have this additional administrative duties focused specifically on the generative AI or the agentic AI capabilities. So this includes implementing, customizing, and overseeing the AI features. And a quick note over here is these AI capabilities require IRM Pro Plus or IRM Enterprise Plus subscription. All right, let's move into the exciting part, which is the demo. So what we are going to cover in the demo is how you can create a custom skill, activate your custom skill, and see your custom skill in action. Well, again, just to note, the demo instance what we are using is on Yokohama patch 6, and the IRM version is 20.1. So what I've done here is I've logged in as the ServiceNow admin, and I've made sure that I have installed the Now Assist for IRM. A quick check as to on which platform version I am on. Right, so I'm on Yokohama patch 6. Again, going back, let's start to quickly create a custom skill. So the use case, what we are trying to do is to trying to generate the audit summary, right? So it just summarizes your audit. It provides you the, recommendations and uh, the number of auditors involved, right? So yeah, that would be a simple use case. So let's go to Now Assist Skill Kit. Now Assist Skill Kit. So once you land into the Nasus skill kit, this is where all your custom skills would be listed out, and these are where all the out of the box ServiceNow skills will be listed. So a quick thing with the custom skill, you can click on create custom skill, and this is where you can give the name, say audit exec summary, as this could be the skill which we are trying to create, and you can provide a description. Now, in the description, if you see, I'm asking the providing the description as generate audit executive summary based on related issues, right? And identify key challenges and provide the recommendation based on the associated issues, right? For whatever issues has been associated to an audit, based on that, it will also highlight the key changes and the recommendations. What I'm doing here is I'm using the Now LLM service, but you are again free to use Azure OpenAI as well, or else you can also bring in your own LLMs. So for this, we have a detailed video on our YouTube channel, and the same thing has been also provided into our deck. All right. So saying that the provider API, I'm again keeping it as everything as pretty much default, which is the Now LLM generic. Now, while you are creating the custom skill, and this is where it would tell you, right, how would you, like to create your prompt. Now, since that we are creating it the first time, right, I probably would tend to, use the Gen AI, you know, generated prompt. But there are also templates available over here wherein you can view and see what the prompt is all about, and you can use them as well. Else, you can also write it from the scratch. What I will do is I'll say use an AI generated prompt. Now, what it does is it is generating the prompt based on the description what you have entered over here, right? And this is where it gives you what the role of this skill would be, right? And what is the context, right? And below that, it is also giving the instructions and what sort of output is needed. Now, while you are creating this as the Now Assist admin, or probably as a developer as well, you may have to go through all of these and see how relevant this is, how factual this is, how contextual this is, right? So based on that, you can use it. For now, if you say just use this prompt, okay? So you can say use this prompt, and down below, you can click on create skill and go to the prompt editor. So once you come to the prompt editor, the first thing for this is you need the skill input. Now for the skill input, this is where you're gonna click on add skill and say is your data type. Say for example, your data type could be a record, could be a string, could be a numeric, boolean, right? Or any JSON object. To keep it simple, let's say go with a record and then give the table name. Now, when we are trying to generate the audit summary on an engagement, you may need to know all the the database tables, right? So that is the reference over here. So we are going to use the engagement table over here. So the table name is SN audit uh, engagement table, right? So you are giving the table name, and down below you can test it on and record. But for now, we'll say add it to the skill input. Now, once you add it to the skill input, and this is where you are actually going to create the actual context for this. So Without wasting much of the time, what I've done is I've already created a prompt because I've tested it already and I want to show you that. So what we'll do is, but I hope you got the initial steps as to how you can land over here. So once you are here, then you will make changes to your prompt, and then you might use the tool editors, and finally the skill setting. This we will see in the one which we have already created, just in the just to save some time, right? So we'll go back to the home. The one which I have created already is the custom ones that will be used uh, for to generate is I've called it as Gen AI Audit Exec Summary. Okay. And the description is pretty much the same which we have just entered. The only thing what I've changed over here is I have refined this prompt. Now in this prompt, I'm just saying what is the role of this. Then in the context, what I'm doing is I'm calling out the audit engagement objective, the audit engagement descriptions. I also want to know, who are the auditors which were part of this audit, right? And then again, the important thing is the related issues, right? That again needs to be analyzed to generate the exec summary. And this is where I'm also calling the the issue, uh, reaching out to the issue table to get all the issues which are related to an engagement. Now down below, this is the instructions what I've used, read through and provide the related issues and associated issues to understand the context and the scope of the audit, right? And again, you can have multiple instructions here as to how you want the AI to, uh, the instructions for your AI. And down below are the output. Now haven't changed anything in the output. This is the same thing which the prompt assist has, prompt assistance has provided me. I've used the same thing over here. The only changes what I've done is the inputs over here because we need to reference to the table to bring in the data. Now, while you are doing this, right, in the tool editor, we may also need to pull in the issues which are related to it. So when you go to the tool editor, right, and this is where you can call in the tools. Now the tools could be coming in from the subflow, or it could be an action, or it could be a flow. And this is where I've so let's go to the actions, right? And we'll see what is the subflow we have used. Okay. Now in the subflow, I've called it as audit issues, and this is where I'm defining the input. Now in the input, I'm looking in, I'm going to the engagement table, looking for providing the sys ID, and my output is again set to issue details. And down below, I'm also using the action as, lookup to the issue records, referencing it to the issue table, and setting the condition as engagement. And this will be the input would be my engagements. Now, and down below, again, right, this is where I've called up the lookup for the issue records and the variables that are set uh, over here, called it as issue details. And the data that we are going to reference is the issue table. In the issue table, the issue details, right, for which we are looking out for the name, license, the HTML description, and the issue recommendations. So once this is all done, then you assign the subflow output as the issue details, and the you're calling out the variable over here, which is nothing but the issue details. Okay, so after this, uh, right, this is where you have called the table. You can click, add node. In the add node, you can select the tool node, and this is where you can bring in all your tools, right? Your tools could be a flow action, it could be a retriever, script, skill, subflows, and so on. So for the one which I've used is the flow action, and in the flow action is where you know I have pulled in the audit issues, the one which I have created, right, over here. And based on these inputs, the AI generated prompt will look into all of this, and then it will provide you the output over here. Now, in the prompt editor, this is where you're going to reference it. So if I say update prompt, just because I've already created this, right, I'll have to click on update prompt. And in the update prompt, this is where is the context. This is where I'm giving the context. Now, for audit engagement, uh, you'll have to reference it to the audit object. And how you do that is by selecting the input, insert input, and this is where we have called the, we have referenced it to the engagement table. If you remember, the skill input is the engagement table that would be listed over here, and this is where you go and select the objective from the columns. Similarly, you can also select the descriptions over here. This is what I am referencing it as a context. Now, with that, for the issues, right, even for auditors, right, if I want the name of the auditors on this engagement, I'm again going here and selecting the auditors from here. Now, once you have done with all this, now this is where you are going to get the related issues, which is nothing but which you have defined in the tool editor. The same thing over here, you are providing the context of get all audit issues, right? Again, for that, how I've done this is from the tools, the one which you have created, right? It will reference you to the get audit issues, the one which we have created, and then from there, this was your uh, input, right? Which is nothing but the issue details which you have created in the from the flow editor. Now, once this is all done, you are just going through all the instruction, make sure everything is apt, right? And you can run a test over here. So to run a test, you can click on test and say call out any audit engagement, right? So for example, this is the one, and I say run test. So this will provide you the output over here itself, right? So this has gone and looked in for one of the SOX audit, and it is providing you the audit summary. It is telling you what are what are the concerns, the key challenges, and it has also provided you the recommendations with the names of the auditors who are involved over here. Now, once you feel this is all good, you can move ahead. Otherwise, you can always make changes to your prompt and see it doesn't get into any hallucination. See whether the output is the one which is required, and you can save it and publish it. Now, with this, now that you have defined your prompt, you have used the tool editor, right, to get the inputs, right, which is nothing but the related table, from the issue row table, and in the skill setting, this is where you can see how your prompt is performing. And in the skill settings, this is where it is important, right? So once you have created this from the scratch, right, this is where you are going to give the general information. This is where you give the skill name. What is your skill name? Your description is anyways populated over here. And uh, now the provider what you are using is nothing but the now LLM, which we have used while creating uh, the skill. And the most important part is the deployment setting. And this is where you are, if you want your skill to be listed, right, in which product your skill needs to be listed, that details you are going to give here. So this is nothing but the technology's workflow, and the product wherein I want to see my skill is IRM, right? And the feature, right? If the feature is not there, the feature won't be there. You can create a new feature here and give it a name. I have named it as Gen AI Audit Exec Summary, and this will be the feature name. The skill will be created under this name. Now, once this is all done, now this is where down below, this is where you will be able to, see your skill. Now, your skill, if you want your skill to be also listed under the Now Assist panel, you can select this checkbox. And now you want this skill to be a UI action, like say as in a button, like how we have this clone, add prompt, and publish. Like this, if you want to have the Gen AI Audit Exec Summary as a button listed onto your the audit form, the engagement forms, you select this and then link it to the UI action. Now, this is where you can call out the table name and link this to the UI actions. So you click onto the link to the UI action, right? And this is where you provide the name. It will generate a script. Make sure you see the uh, where your output needs to be shown. Now, the thing here is I have created already a, a, a field on the audit form where I want to see the output of the audit summary. Now, for that, what I have done is I've gone to the engagement table, and in the engagement table, I have created a new column. Now, the column which I've created is, say, wait a quick second. I've created a column named as Gen AI, I guess. Okay, so I've created a column called as Audit Executive Summary Gen AI. This field will be created on the audit form, right? So you you create this and then go to your form builder. So once you create a new column, go to the form builder, and in the form builder, I am bringing in a new field, right? A new a text editor field, right? So if you see here in the view, go to the workspace view, right? And this is where I have, pulled in a rich text editor and named it as Audit Executive Summary Gen AI. And this is where, right, this field will be used to show you uh, the output of the skill, which is nothing but it is going to show you all the summary into this field on the engagement form. Now, so once this is done, right? So you go back over here and same thing has to be referenced over here. Now, for the UI actions, right, as to how you want your skill to be, calling the custom field. So for that, we already have a resource page, the documentation page that is listed under our resources deck, resources slide in this deck. I'll highlight that to you. But this is where you are actually going to put your output field as to where you want to show the audit exec summary. So once you define the UI actions, right? Once you define the UI actions, uh, give me a quick second. Right. So once you define this UI actions, and now that you have defined where you can also use the now assist panel to generate the audit summary. You can say publish, right? So once you say publish, okay, I need to make one prompt, publish one prompt. I have already published this prompt since I have not made any changes as such into this. I'm just leaving it as is because I've already published it, right? So once you publish this, this will be listed in your admin console under IRM. If you remember, we have given technologies, and the product which we have chosen was IRM. And within the IRM, the feature name, what we called was Gen AI Audit Exec Summary. So this will be listed over here. Now, at this point in time, once the skill is published, you can say activate this skill. You set this display on because this will be shown on your UI. And if you want this as a conversational experience, right, you can also select yes for it, right? And say save and continue. Final thing is to activate this. Okay. So now that the skill is active, let us go to one of the engagement record and see if we are able to see the button to generate the summary. Now, so I'm going to I've already used the one of the audit over here. Give me a quick second. Let me go. All right. So let's go to the list. I'm into the audit workspace, and from the audit workspace, in the execution, I'm going to my engagement. And these are all my engagements on which we are already working, right? So let's say SOX audit. Now, once you are in the SOX audit, so if you remember, we have created a new field, right, or new column on the engagement record, and we have referenced the RTF field under engagement form. This is where it is listed, and this is where I want the output to be seen. Now, give me a quick second. Let's reload this. All right. So now that we have set it active, and if you see here, the Gen AI Audit Executive Summary button is present. And so once I click on this, this will now, generate the audit summary. It will also highlight the recommendations and what all uh, auditors have worked upon it. All these details will be now, shown to you in the audit executive summary, right? So if you see here, based on the prompt, right, based on the prompt, the audit summary has been generated over here, which says the audit engagement is aimed to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements, internal policies, and so on, right? Now, it is also highlighting the challenges, right, over here down below. What challenges it has highlighted and what is the recommendation it is, providing you, and also the auditors who were involved in this. You can bring in more context to your, to your summary, to your skill by modifying the prompt and trying to bring in more information over here. But this was just for an example. I wanted to show you how you can quickly create a custom skill and see that in action once you do this. But yeah, you're based on the use cases. You can create a custom skill, reference it to the right table, and use the prompt assistance to generate the required output. Right. So if you see here, as a user, you don't have to like literally skim through each and every page and see as to what has happened, how many audit tasks were there, what were the issues, right? And this definitely takes a lot of time and a lot of efforts to quickly get a quick summary as to what has happened over here, right? With that, you can just generate it and use this, right? You can again copy paste this, use it into your work notes so that it can be read by other users who are working on this engagement. So as like you have seen how the summary, your audit summary was generated and is really kind of helpful and saves a lot of amount of time. Now, beyond this, if you want to make changes, you can always come back to the skill from the analysis skill kit, make edits to it, right, and then republish this. Similarly, you can also add it to the update set and can be used into your other environments as well. You can clone it further and bring in more details to this, and make it work the way you want. But with a simple use case, to generate an audit summary, that could be the most simplest one, where you can generate the audit summaries, get the related issues, and uh, make use of the this Gen AI feature within Now Assist. All right, so moving back from where we started, let's quickly go over some of the most common questions we get about Now Assist skills. Right, the first one is like, what's the difference between a custom and out-of-the-box skill? So think of it this way: the out-of-the-box skills are the ready-made tools that handle common tasks, which is again shipped by the respective products, such as the skills that you have seen within the IRM bucket. And the custom skills are the special tools, you know, where you create it by yourself for your unique needs and unique use cases. Can one make changes to the out-of-the-box skills? Absolutely, yes. As you have seen, you can go and make changes to it. You can clone it and make changes to that. But it's often easier to tweak an existing one than to start from the scratch. Well, what AI models can one use, right? So you have options. You can use a ServiceNow's own LLM, or even can connect to an external ones like the Open AI. You can also have the flexibility to bring in your own LLM, refer to this link here, right? So this has a short video explaining all about how one can bring their own LLMs. Well, monitoring the skills, the Now Assist analyst analytics dashboard uh, within the Now Assist console, lets you see exactly how your custom skills are performing, how often they are used, and how well they are working. Different between tools versus skill, right? So a tool is a specific action like searching or pulling data, as we have seen in our demo a while back, right? And a skill is a bigger process that uses one or more of such tools to get the job done. So we have lined up some key resources to aid your implementation on Now Assist. Please make use of these resources for better understanding. One of the thing which I wanted to highlight is how you can call a custom skill from a script. This is what I was referring to when you create a custom skill, and how that can be used with the AI actions to show the output within a field. So that is the details for that has been covered into this link over here. But most of these links are all talking about how to create a custom one, how to create a prompt, and so on. This will be super helpful while you are trying to build your own skills. All right, so thanks for watching this short learning video. Hope this has provided you with some key insights on how one can create a custom skill using the Now Assist. Thank you, and see you soon.